Happy Tuesday to one and all. Guess who we have? We have our favorite auntie. I just named her. Our favorite auntie is here with us tonight to give us some wisdom and some gems and talk to us about married at first sight. Welcome in. Give us a thumbs up. Share this out if you can. Some gems and talk to us about married at first. Oops, sorry. Please leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, and be sure to check Auntie's advice out. Her link is below. Welcome, one and all. We're going to talk about married at first sight. Let me give you guys a few minutes to come on in. OCB 36. Hello. Go ahead and say hello, Auntie.
Hello, everybody. I am so honored to be over here. I'm trying to tell you, I love me some Janice. So if you are a subscriber of Auntie's advice, please hit that subscribe button. She has a goal in mind, and we want to help her as best as we can. She has invited us to her home. She's cooked dinner. She's brought out all the best china.
Yes.
And so we just want to say thank you to her by hitting that subscribe button. Yo.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it, Auntie.
Right in.
Now, who you want to start with? Do you want to talk about the abuser first? Or do you want to talk about boring? Auntie, I feel like Bao and Johnny has gotten boring to me. Do you want to start with Bao and Johnny?
Whoever you want to start with, honey. I'm in your home. I am a guest, and I will act accordingly.
Yeah. Okay, let's begin with Bao and Johnny. Were you cringing last week for Bao and Johnny, or was it just me?
I was cringing too. Especially when she licked the belly button. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I very much so.
Yes. I really was cringing. But Auntie, were you surprised that Bao wants a little bit more variety in the bedroom?
No, I'm not, because most of the time it's the quiet girls that's the freaks. And that's just the doggone truth about the whole matter. So I wasn't shocked at all. And but I was shocked about his childish behavior about it, even with him saying that he learned about sex through anime, or some little animated characters or whatever he was talking about. Right. So no, I wasn't surprised, because she's one of those quiet girls. She's been liking him for a long time, and she probably thought that it was going to be more than what it was. So yes, I'm sure she wants him to do more. And then she seems like, to me, she's more experienced.
Yes, because she's done a one-night stand. I was very surprised.
And she probably was standing too. Okay. Yeah, she seems to be more experienced than he is. I think that he's dated a lot of women, right? And he toyed with them. But as we see, he's a runner.
Yes.
He's a runner. He's a track star. So, he probably didn't even get to the point where he had intimacy in most of those relationships he was in. That's just what I'm thinking.
That's a good point. Rachel, in the comment section, she says, Bao said that her relationship usually starts with the physical. I forgot about that.
That's them quiet ones. I told you, them quiet ones, them little freaks.
She did say that. I totally forgot about that. You're right. I totally agree with you, Auntie, that Johnny dates a lot, but it doesn't get to the point of him being physical. Ooh, so when on the honeymoon, you remember on the honeymoon, he told her he's vanilla. He like
Let me ask you a question. Where did that term come from?
I think it's just one of those terms that's been out there, because remember a few seasons ago, Jamie and Beth used it. Beth was like this, Caucasian. And it's basically vanilla. It's just plain, just say a good old missionary.
Okay.
Good
And by
old
the way,
mission.
you look beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good old missionary Auntie. You looking beautiful too. I'm loving your lip gloss, your lipstick, and
Oh, we had to work through this, didn't we?
absolutely beautiful. So,
Thank you.
I just can't imagine what the vanilla in Johnny. I mean, do you think it's just missionary? No, cowboys, nothing.
I
No.
think that's going to be a challenge for her too.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think that's going to be a challenge for her. You know, she tries to submit outside of the bedroom, but in the bedroom, I think she really wants that control.
Ah, that's a good one.
I think she
That's a
wants that control in the bedroom.
Oh, I like it. I like it because coming up tomorrow, she said that she's learning that Johnny wants more intimacy, and that's just not her. So,
She's a,
Auntie,
she,
I
so
think,
she's a wham bam. Thank you, sir.
yeah, that's very surprising for me for a woman that she just, you know, she has to learn to be intimate. She's saying that's out of her comfort zone.
But I think that a lot of women struggle with intimacy, and it
Mhm.
could come from past issues, past hurt, past trauma in relationships, and so they have taken the emotion out of it.
Mhm.
A lot of times, women, we are the emotional one,
Yes.
and we ignore the fact that men have emotions too.
Mhm.
But after we've been hurt, for a lot of us, after we've been hurt, we learn how to take the emotion out of it, and it just be like a wham bam type of situation. And so she's going to probably have to relearn and
Mm.
connect back to that emotional part of who she was. And not only that, in my opinion, she probably watched her father. Remember, she doesn't think that well of her father
Right.
and the things that she went through. So she probably really doesn't have a really true connection to men in that
Yes.
way.
Yes. Because initially we were thinking that maybe there was some kind of abuse that happened with her because she was so detached. So that's making sense.
And then she has two brothers.
Mhm.
And so I'm sure that she has seen her brothers run through women,
Mhm.
maybe, allegedly,
Allegedly.
supposedly. She probably has watched that. And when you have that experience, where you get to see how men interact with women and how they can play and toy with women, you learn how to take your emotions out of things. She just has to relearn that. That's there. She can tap back into it once she totally surrenders and becomes vulnerable to him. I think that that's when he's going to really get the intimacy, if you
Yes.
will. But then too, people have to define what intimacy is for them. What does
Yes.
that mean for you? Because for me, it may mean something different for you and your husband. You know what I
This is
mean?
true. Mhm.
So it depends. He would have to define what intimacy is. What does that look like?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, you're so right. Is everyone enjoying Auntie? I told you she was gonna come give us some wisdom,
No,
honey.
you got wisdom too, girl.
Be sure to give us a thumbs up. Okay, Auntie, what did you think about Dr. Viviana pressing the cast to, to either have sex or to be in love, trust? Don't you think it's a little bit too early? Even though we know it's a quick process, but I just didn't like her pushing them to kiss and sex and all that stuff.
And I think that that's why you got a lot of what we got in this episode, because they are pushing it and they're doing something that should be just a natural thing
Yes,
that happens,
right.
right? And so I think that that's why we got the results that we got out of these particular couples, because you're pushing conversations and pushing them to do things outside of their comfort zone. They're just
Hmm.
doing it, for them. But, in daily life, we walk through this, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so That's why we got the cringe stuff that we got.
That's true.
Because some of that stuff was cringy.
Cringe worthy.
It was cringy.
It was. It really was. Now let's talk about a couple that I like them both, Brett and Ryan.
You go for it. This your channel. You go. You tell me what you think.
Auntie, I feel so bad for Brett. You don't? I feel really bad for her because Ryan doesn't like her like that. He doesn't find her attractive. He's not attracted to her. And somebody said something today that made sense. He's not attracted to her physically, and he's not attracted to her personality. And it's like, it's so cringeworthy watching them because I'm like, oh my God, he's just there for the cameras. I really feel bad for her, and I feel bad for her. And then Ryan came out and say it's a type thing. I don't know if a lot of people caught that. He said it's a type thing. So in his mind, he has the typical, type thing, and she just doesn't add up. She's not even close to it.
I think here's what I've come to realize about this show. Mm-hmm. We sit on the outside and we judge, we read, we drag, we celebrate, we criticize, but none of this is their fault.
Right.
None of this is their fault. They took a risk. And while I want to feel sorry for Brett, this is part of that process.
Yeah.
She put herself out there, right? And she took a risk that he may or may not like her. She may or may not be his type. He may be superficial. He may be all of those things.
Right.
And she is just not able to read the room.
When he said, I'm sure
that
I have the screenshot.
Okay, so put it up.
Said, I'm sure, and I mean I'm sure you've picked up on that. And she said, no, I didn't.
No, she didn't. She is unable to read the room. And I don't know if that's because we're not seeing her. Maybe she's self-absorbed. Or maybe she just takes for granted that because she's married at first sight that they're going to be compatible and he's going to be attracted to her. But you can't ever assume that.
Right.
And I think that she probably should have asked.
Right.
Have we seen her ask, are you attracted to me? Am I like your type?
No.
So I don't think she's ever asked. And I think that behind the cameras, when the cameras are not filming, well, they film it seem like 24/7. What's she saying?
And this is still him. And he said, when he says, I mean, I'm sure you've picked up on it. Then she started crying and she said, something is just not there. If you don't feel it, you don't feel it. But I'm like, Brett, after 8-10 weeks, he's just absolutely nothing. He's not touching her independent of him. Look at how he's sitting. They sat down. So I took this picture because they just sat down and Dr. Viviana said, let's start with how things are going. So they sat down and he immediately put up his foot to don't come over here, stay over there. She's leaned in onto him. She's always touching on him, but he does not touch her independent of him touching her. And I just don't understand how she's not reading the room. It's crazy to me.
She's not. But the thing about it was she said this always happens.
Always happens.
So what is she not giving off? She not giving off feminine traits. I heard someone say, I don't know if it was you or someone else that said that she's kind of tomboyish.
Yes.
And so is she not giving off femininity? No. Because as a woman, we have a way of doing that, right? Of being feminine to draw a man in. Is she not giving that off? Has she never been trained in that area? Like, I don't understand, but I would know if he's
Yeah.
not like Gil pressing me for a kiss, he's not interested.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? The
Right.
touching, the little small things that men do to let you know you got a husband. The
Yes.
little small things that men do to let you know I'm interested in you.
Exactly.
If those things are not happening, then it's never going to happen.
It's red flags. Red flags. And then she said on Filter, she said Ryan is the total opposite of what she's used to. She's used to the guys that's fighting in the bar that threw another guy
But
across
that's
the
what she
table.
looks like, though. That's what she looks like. And no
Exactly.
offense, like seriously, no offense to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see women with that red hair, it usually comes with maybe a golf outfit or a motorcycle jacket. No, seriously. I mean, some
Yeah.
women wear it well and they wear it where they look feminine with it. She doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like a ballroom chick. Look at that.
She looked
Look
like a
at that.
what?
She looks like a ballroom chick. Yeah, she looks like, yeah. She looks like a ballroom chick. And why is all her breasts out like that?
Oh, and that's another thing on Unfiltered. I just don't understand if maybe she doesn't have any friends to tell her that's not appropriate. I call those nursing boobs. Don't those look like nursing boobs? You know? I mean, and I'm like, you don't wear. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I think it's just not being feminine enough for him. I
Right.
think he likes a woman who's very feminine.
Now, Auntie, did you hear when I said that I thought he would be interested in Katie? Do you
Yeah,
remember her?
yes.
I
I
think
think I think so.
yes. I think he would have liked someone who was feminine and soft and fragile and you know,
And she was
yes,
soft
soft spoken.
spoken,
Mm-hmm.
and don't walk, and the whole building is shaking. And I don't know if she walks like that, but she seemed like she does.
Right.
She seemed like she walked real happy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
what?
I
Here's the
still feel
thing.
sorry for her, Auntie.
I don't. And here's the thing. I think that she's forcing herself to like him too.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
said
think
it.
that she finds him as attractive as she says she does.
Mm.
You said she said that?
Yeah, she said, I really like him. I have a crush on him. She really likes him, she says. She's starting to feel those tingly feelings and she really likes him. And he said, and Dr. Viviana asked him, do you like her? And he said, I like her, but.
Mm-hmm.
But. And my dad always said, when you say but, take
It
everything out you said before.
Yeah, it
You
cancels
know,
everything else out.
he
It
said he got to figure
absolutely
his
does.
feelings out and he don't want her to have I'm paraphrasing, hopes of something happening when it's not there.
It looks like you got a cash app. I mean a super chat. Or is that me? Is that you?
Let's see.
I don't understand the comment.
Yeah. Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure who got it, Auntie. She
You.
said, she said, I think women can develop attraction because there are so more important things on our list. Men, on the other hand, prioritize looks and femininity. Absolutely. Thank you,
Mhm.
Nikki Monet. Thank you. We appreciate the love and the support. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Auntie. But I still feel sorry for her because I feel this is it. If this didn't work out for her, Auntie, this is it for her.
You think so?
I
I
feel
think that there's somebody out there for everybody. If
I
you
think you're right.
if
I
you're
do.
looking, I think I don't feel sorry for her. Be There go the dog. I don't feel sorry for her because it was a risk,
It was a risk. You're absolutely right.
and so you were willing to take it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just may not always come out the way that you want it to, or the way you think that it's going to come out. But
You're right. It's a risk. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Beverly. Hey, Beverly, for this super chat. Love to you both. We love you and appreciate
Love
you.
you,
Thank
Bev.
you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Auntie, let's talk about
Ashy mouth. Ashy mouth. He's so freaking nasty. That's why his mouth ashy.
Auntie. How how I how do you get so mad because someone slipped and call you the wrong name?
Insecurity.
It's crazy to me.
Brokenness. But you say something on your channel that women and men absolutely need to snatch that nugget up and keep it in their pocket. You have to see people angry.
Yes.
This was her opportunity to see him angry.
Yes. Yes.
And so
Yes.
now she has to believe who he is.
Right.
See, you got to tie that together. Now I see him angry.
Right.
Now I have to believe what I thought about him, because we wrap people up. Come on, Janice. When we meet men and we meet women, we wrap them up. We already have our preconceived notions.
Right. Right.
When we go into a relationship, because we are, as you say, collecting data. She's already collected the data because she wrote it down 2 weeks prior.
Exactly. Exactly.
She already knew. She just needed to see him in action. She needed to see him angry.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me how your wife and the producer is sitting here having a discussion. You go to the bathroom, you come back and you don't see them. And your first thing is to padlock the door. Talk about, oh well, I protect my property when I go
Well,
to
that's being
sleep.
spiteful and vindictive.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely
Absolutely.
being spiteful and vindictive. And the fellas knew it. Now,
Right.
they didn't want to come straight out and say it. You got another one, boo. They didn't want to come out and say it, but it was there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amaya. Rachel will forgive Jose. Oh, God, no. Thank you for this super chat. We love and appreciate you.
I
Thank you.
don't think that what was the person's name? Amaya.
Amaya? Amaya.
Amaya, in Auntie's opinion, my humble opinion, I don't think that Rachel's ever going to forgive him for that, because you just cannot forgive abuse.
Right. You
And
can't.
or you can't. You can act like you forgive it, but you will never forget it, because I believe a wise woman, and I believe it was Maya Angelou, said you may forget what people say. You may even forget what they did, but you will never forget how they made you feel.
Absolutely.
Never forget.
Never forget.
You will never forget how they made you feel. And I think that she will be in this relationship for the get along, for the producers and for the show.
Right. Right.
But I do not believe that she will ever forgive him for doing
Never. Never.
that. Mm-mm.
And her father really started her on the right path.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
because her father started her on the right path and say, she's never going to forgive him, because coming up tomorrow night, this is what he says: are you ever going to get over it?
Hell no. Hell
Are
no.
you ever going to get over it? It's like, you punched me in my teeth and I'm just supposed to forget that?
But the thing about it was he went so overboard. It was just
Overboard.
terribly overboard. All of the cussing, and do you want me to take the ring and throw the ring off in your face? Did you hear him when he said that? Do you want me to take it and throw it at
Throw
you?
it at you? Pack your bags and bounce as if this is his house.
Alone, and he's paying a mortgage. Can you imagine her, no cameras, being alone with this mofo?
Get
Leaving
the
out
F
the
out.
house? Oh no. Oh no.
So this is the producer's apartment that Married at First Sight is paying for. Can you imagine living in his house? You know, can you imagine? And I totally agree with you, Auntie, that she's gonna have to get along for the cameras, but I cannot wait until decision day for her to say no, because there's no way she can stay with him after he told her get out, pack your bag, simply because she, what they call a Freudian slip, is that what it's called? And call him Johnny. I do that sometimes. You know, my husband is Michael, my brother is Mark, my other brother is Marlon. And sometimes Mike.
For God's sake, your parents, you know, when your parents got a bunch of kids, they get the names wrong. We used to get called all kinds of stuff. Okay. That's right. You know, and I said on my channel, you know, they probably were drinking. Mm-hmm. They all probably were talking a little loose, you know, drinking that goose got you loose. Mm-hmm. And she just was maybe talking real fast, or maybe trying to overtalk him.
Right.
Trying to get a word in edgewise, if you will. Right. And just said it. You know what I mean? But because of his hurt, I really believe he got serious abandonment issues.
He does. He does.
I think he does. He's very insecure. Ever since he found out that she cheated. He's been different.
He's been different. See, that's why, ladies, y'all can't tell everything. Okay?
Ain't that the truth?
Don't tell everything.
That is the truth.
You ever cheated?
No, not in my life. Not a godly woman like myself. You know why those eyes is. You know.
And then he said when he was with the guys that he doesn't trust her now. And why doesn't he trust her? Because she told him he cheated.
You got another one. Did you see it?
Let's see, where am I?
You're just getting blasted.
Shani, thank you, Shani, for the 49 super chat. She said, Miss Gisetta. Oh, Auntie, that's what we call him over here. Gisetta and Gisella. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Work my nerve. He showed who he is. She needs to believe him. He's abusive. I can see him committing DV, take his tambourine, and go. Thank you. Thank you for the love and the support. Absolutely.
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 But
Absolutely.
He is the kind of guy that, let me just go ahead and be 100 about it.
Yes.
Because that's what we're here for, right?
Yes, ma'am.
He is the type of guy that would antagonize you to the point where you will be the one committing DV. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then he would call the police.
Right.
And this is just in my opinion. This is, not factual. Mm-hmm. And then he would, be the one that would knock himself on the floor, get a cut in the back.
Right.
Call the police and have you locked up.
That's right. That's right.
Because he was so aggressive.
Yes.
When she would talk, I don't know. That's a lot of people call that passive aggression. That's not even passive. That's just being aggressive. It is being dismissive. It's just total disrespect.
Right.
Because everybody wants to be heard.
Yes.
And so he made sure she knew that he didn't care about what she was saying, that his mind was already made up about the situation, and he wasn't going to give her any reassurance that things could be better, that he would do anything differently than what he did. He just was completely aggressive towards
Absolutely.
her, in my opinion.
Totally agree. Now, Auntie, let me tell you what I heard. It was staged. Somebody
you heard that from a reliable source.
Well, now
how reliable was the source?
When I was watching it,
Consider the source now. Was it a reliable source?
Did you see her smiling when she was talking?
I think that they splice a lot of stuff.
Good. That's what it is.
And so I don't believe that that was said. You can't stay that much tension.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can't. They not actors. They wouldn't have the capacity to act in that. That's like Monique and Gabby and Precious.
Uh-huh.
Like
Ooh,
it was a lot of tension. We felt that tension through the screen.
absolutely.
That wasn't. I no, I don't believe that was staged. Someone actually said.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Do you
what
believe that they could act out that much passion and
No, I
tension?
don't I don't think so. That was real. You could see the rage in his eyes when he said she she called me by another man's name. And I'm thinking, maybe it's her ex-boyfriend. The way he was angry, I thought, they were being busy and she accidentally called out the wrong name. Then I was like, well, I could understand him being a little angry. But to learn they were on the rooftop, just enjoying the evening and
With
laughing and
other
with
couples.
the other couples, and she accidentally says Johnny, and so much rage inside. You know what? Jose he's been cheated on. That's what it is. He's been cheated on, and so when she confessed, ladies, shut your mouth, that she's cheated before, he just absolutely does not trust her. And I'm so glad she was able to sit down with her phone and write down her thoughts and give point to point to point about what her issues are
But
with
again, she already had saw him because she indicated that she had done it weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So she already knew where she was with this.
Right.
I'm just saying, she knew what this was.
So Rachel is doing a good job of gathering the data,
Yeah,
because she was okay. This happened, and that happened. So she's doing an excellent job of.
especially when she said, "You are my priority, but I am my priority as well."
Mm-hmm.
So that's self-care, women
Yes.
and men. That's
Yeah.
self-care.
Self care.
You got to take
Absolutely.
care of yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to. And then the thing about it is you want to go in, like you said, not telling everything. That
Right.
little drinking game, I would have probably drunk on any of it.
Mm. Excuse me. Absolutely. Joanne, thank you, Joanne. I appreciate the love and the suit and the support. We thank you. We thank you. Auntie, I was very happy when he was at the golf game, and he was talking about, I didn't mean to lock the door, but I locked it. And I was so
No, because
glad.
he was protecting his
His
valuables.
valuables. I,
Oh,
I was so happy when the other man
you could
says,
tell you could tell that he has a lot of experience, in my opinion, with the cops. Because he know the right stuff to say.
exactly, exactly.
That was
And
some BS.
when Ryan said, I have never accidentally locked the deadbolt, I fell out.
And like the guys, despite how it's just being human. It's human
Yes,
kindness. And when the other guys were like, but you didn't even call.
exactly.
I mean, and you did this and your wife was out, they at least have some type of
Compassion.
capacity to be concerned about another human being. He lacks that compassion. He
Right.
didn't even care enough.
Hmm. And with all that banging, she said she was outside for what, 15, 20 minutes? All that bang. I know you didn't fall asleep that quick, Jose. You didn't hear
But
her
he,
banging?
you know what? But the thing about it is, he created an unsafe environment for her because
Absolutely.
anybody could have been lurking through them halls,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
anybody, and just waiting for an opportunity to snatch her up.
Exactly. Exactly.
Her safety is at risk, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why I don't believe that she needs to stay with him at all.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
And they
not.
should have an escape clause for things like this on the show. I'm sure they do. because you're gonna be liable. But where did she sleep that night? Did we ever find out if she got back in?
She never said. She said she was knocking on Gil and Merla's
Yeah,
door.
we heard her knocking on everybody's door.
Hmm. Um, Now the reason why they didn't hear is because they're saying, and I guess we can see it in the show, that the couples only come to the apartments to film. But we've seen Ryan, right? Ryan was missing for 2 days. Zach was missing for a couple of days.
What do you mean they only come to film?
Hmm. That's what they're the tea on the street is that the couples don't really stay there. So maybe that's why no one heard her. So we didn't. That's a good question. We don't know where Rachel slept. Where did she sleep that night?
I
Did
don't
he
know.
did he eventually open the door? That's something I need to investigate. Mags, Jose is treating her this way because she is who he is, and Rachel has allowed him to get away with it. She has not stood up for herself. Thank you for the love and the support. Thank you. I think we saw Rachel standing up for herself the other
Mm-hmm.
night by saying, "Listen,
Mm-hmm.
the money, the house, and now this."
Mm-hmm.
I think she was just collecting the data. I'll say, okay, this happened. This happened. We went to the florist. You didn't want to hear anything I had to say. You want me to move in. You want me to pile my money into your money. So I think she did. What you think about that, Auntie?
I think that I agree with the young lady um in some ways. She has allowed things to pile up.
Mm-hmm.
Even when she wrote what she wrote 2 weeks ago, that could have been a conversation.
Right.
And so in some ways, no, she hasn't stood up for herself, and she has not. But she said that this is something she habitually does. And if the producer was not there, she wasn't going to do it.
Right. Right.
Because remember, she went in the room and the producers went in the room with her and was like, "Are you going to allow this to happen? You going to let them talk to, go back and talk, And so she came back out with the support of the producers. I think the producers are too intimately involved in these relationships. Just film, make sure I don't, get jacked up and he don't get jacked up, but don't get involved. I think
Oh,
they're too intimately
yeah. They're
involved.
very involved because each person has their own producer. Mm-hmm. And did you hear him say there's some boxes in the closet or something?
That's what I'm saying, to just not care about a human being at all,
Yeah. Yeah.
no compassion, that's deep rooted. And I would suggest that he get some serious therapy, because this is why he hasn't been.
Yolanda G. Hey, Yolanda said production got her a room. Okay. Well, that's a hotel they're at, Auntie. Though that where they stay, those are hotels.
Oh, I thought that's not an apartment building.
If you notice on all this season, they all look the same. Like it's the hotels. If you look, go back last season or the next season. If you look, it's the same setup. They're those are hotels. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They might use a
But why would production put her back in that situation again then?
exactly.
That's a
Exactly.
huge liability. That's a
Huge
you
liability.
taking a chance.
Mm-hmm. But
Um,
remember Katie, she said producer, she's speaking out when with the Chris and the Page situation. She's speaking out now, and she said production would knew what was going on, and they would ask her if she's okay when she was going in the apartment with him, and did she think she was going to be safe, and she said, you put me with this person, you should not be asking me, because you should have made sure that this person was safe for me.
oh my God.
Hmm. They're all
That,
about ratings.
that was the same thing with Taylor and was it Brandon?
Yes. Scary. Absolutely
That
scary.
was real scary.
Because he was, he needed his medicine.
Chris went off on the sofa. Paige was,
Mm-hmm.
when do we cut it off?
Right, right.
When do we cut it off?
Exactly.
And the thing about it, I really do believe um, that they match some of these people
Mm-hmm.
for the controversy.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This season more than ever, because usually there is at least one couple that you could say, oh, they could make it. Not this season.
Mm-mm.
Not this
Mm-mm.
season.
Mm-mm. Nope, not at all.
Not this season at all. Okay, Auntie, let's move on. Okay, Zia said, remember Mia and Tristan, Auntie. Remember Maya and Tristan
Yeah,
and
yes.
I mean, she was a criminal. She was a I'm sorry. She was what's the legal word? This is your innocent till proven guilty. She was accused. She was accused. Let's talk about Michaela and Zach. I just think Michaela is delusional.
And so is that.
I think Zach is delusional too.
Equally delusional.
I don't know about this. These two are confusing me. I'm like, huh? What you crying about now, Zach? I'm tired of. Let's just say it's okay for men to cry. We're okay with men crying. It
Yeah,
is
we're okay
healthy.
with that.
But you can't be crying every day, brother. I'm sorry.
And just running. I mean, he's delusional because he believes that people are not flawless.
Right.
People
Right.
have flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And people get a do-over.
Right.
They get a chance to do things differently. Can you imagine with where she is intellectually and emotionally and mentally and all of that kind of stuff, having to deal with him off screen?
Right. Right.
Can you imagine? And you already got your set of issues, right? Because she got some issues.
Mm-hmm.
But she's able to own it.
Right.
And she's honest when she says, in my opinion, when she says, she made a comment. And when I did a review on it, I talked about it. And since then, I've come to my senses. When she canceled the housewarming party,
Mm-hmm.
he said that wasn't right, which we all agreed that wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
She was being vindictive and
Mm-hmm.
spiteful. She said, I may have done it, or I may do it again. I don't know.
Mm.
That was so honest. Because you know what, Janice, there's certain things that we do in life and we know it's wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
we are repeat offenders.
Yes.
Let's just be honest as women.
Yes.
We are repeat offenders. And
Yes.
sometimes it takes us to get it. It takes us a couple of times and consequences to get it.
Right.
For him, he should have laid out a consequence for her. For
Mm.
being grown and sexy, as we are, we still are repeat offenders of some things that may hurt our partner.
Yes. This is true.
So for him to just shut it down and say he's hurt down to his core, this done broke him down, it's a scar on him. Scars, we can bleach them, we can lighten them, but they don't go away. And I don't believe that what she did, in my opinion, just from seeing what I saw, is something that will cause a scar. It wasn't something cuttable.
Right.
She
Right.
didn't put her paws on them. She didn't, in my opinion, I didn't think she even stepped over the line. I don't know. Like, what do you think?
I think he doesn't like her. I think he doesn't like her, and he's trying to find reasons to try to wiggle out. Like if you really like your partner, like with the Apple TV. Oh, I went to get the Apple TV and then I was tired. This was supposed to be a date night. So it's a date night. You got to the apartment to get the Apple TV and you're tired. I think Auntie, he don't like her like that. I think from what happened with the dog or whatever else, I think that he does I think this is why he's coming up with all these things. Granted, these are fear things to say, but I just think that he's looking for excuses.
I think production is making almost all of these couples stay together.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So they
Absolutely.
wouldn't have a show if all of them left.
Right.
And you know what? It's okay.
I
Because
would like to see somebody leave one season.
I think we have seen that. I think that we have seen that. Somebody else put something on there.
Which one at the bottom? Zach, this one?
No, it's a super chat.
Okay, wait, wait. Oh, here we go. Amaya. Thank you, Amaya. She said, I think Zach has been through something in the past and is projecting all that hurt on
I
Michaela.
agree. I agree.
Thank you for the love and the support.
I agree,
Absolutely.
Amaya. I absolutely agree with that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I believe that, and I said it on my channel when I did my review, I believe that his parents did not show him conflict resolution.
Yes.
That he looks at his parents as the ideal couple and doesn't realize that they may be in the bedroom fighting and scratching each other, cutting freaking eyes out. And you cannot have a false sense of what marriage is.
Right.
And he idolizes marriage. My brother has someone, my other brother, my mom and dad been together for 50 years. And then, when he sits down at the table, you can see the connection in that, because he goes on to say, I don't know what I did to get here. I just can't take it. You don't know how bad I wanted this. Well, she wanted it just as much because she signed up for the same booping show. I'm trying to be respectful on your channel. She signed up for the same booping show. I wanted it just as much as you did. At that time, he was inconsolable.
Right.
Who gets inconsolable? Because
crying, wiping with the shirt. Oh Lord.
Who gets inconsolable but something other than someone who has no real concept of what marriage is.
Right.
And then when she was crying, when Dr. Cal was in, he went out to touch her, and she, but now here it is, she's trying to reach out to him.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Allow her to console. Now that way, my protective stuff, they can kiss my tail with that.
Pastor Cal is full of it. He's full of it. But I totally agree with you. I think that he idolizes Mary, and that's why I think he don't like her, because she doesn't fit into. Well, he said it. I had this ideal idea of what my wife would be:
ambitious, intelligent, adaptable, trust, honest, loyal. Okay, and mature. He hasn't been with her long enough to fill those blanks. And I'm not saying his bar is set high, because that's what anybody wants out of a mate. But he hasn't known her long enough to be able to say she doesn't or does not fit that bill. It takes years to get to know some people, especially when you're in love or strong like for a person. Half of that stuff you're gonna make it up and say they got it anyway.
Right.
When you're talking to your girlfriends and stuff, and you're like, girl, he is so ambitious, honey.
Girl, yes.
He wants to be promoted, honey, from the hamburger flipper to the fryer. No, dad gonna will your man a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? Or when you get around your friends, you tell yourself all kinds of things.
Right.
It's just the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Until you get to be a certain age where you have taken your non-negotiables and you have put them on a level, and your negotiables is down here and your nons is up here. That's when you can make an educated decision about
Yes.
somebody off the break.
Right. I
Okay,
love
from day A.
that. Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. He doesn't meet these.
Right.
It ain't no need of me even talking about the negotiable, the things I'm willing to negotiate with you. You ain't even meeting the non-negotiables. I just saying.
Teach it, Auntie. Teach
I am very critical.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be.
Yes.
When I meet people, I want to know, let's go down this list.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Let's go down this list. And I don't give a hoot about how you treat your mama.
Right.
Because that's not an indication about how you treat other women.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, people think that that's an indication. It's a sign. It could be and it could not be.
Right.
But just because he treat his mama good, don't mean he won't whip you around the corner.
That's right. That's right. That is so true.
People have got to get out of that mentality of, girl, he treat his mother so good. Do you know how many of these moms have birthed, unbeknownst to them, and maybe no fault of their own, serial killers?
Yes.
Who love their mamas.
Mm-hmm. This is true. This is true.
Look at the case that's going on now, allegedly.
Allegedly.
You can the way he treats his mother is no indication on what his mother sat there and with Michaela. You can tell that she is the voice for the family. Most women are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not about what you say; it's about what you do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now his mother has taught him, unbeknownst to her, that you can't believe anything anybody says.
Right.
And so you discount everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she says, I can change, he doesn't believe that, because he fundamentally thinks that that's what she is, a knee-jerk reaction. What are you talking about? Anybody is capable. Yes, because we have a fundamental difference. Anybody is capable of having a knee-jerk reaction at one time in your life. Say the wrong thing.
Right.
If a person don't pop off with a knee-jerk reaction, we all do it. We all do it.
Absolutely.
And he is, as far as I'm concerned, he is the common denominator.
Yes. Because he said it. These I've had. I have it. I've had these.
And I hate
this type of behavior. And the woman, they've all, they've done this and said this. So you're the common denominator, Zach.
You're the common denominator.
So
it just is.
Mm-hmm. But I was glad that they were able to go to the pool and had a little date. And
I didn't, because I think he needs to leave her alone. I think he needs to leave her alone. When you go back to your apartment this time, stay. I don't know. I could not. The producers, there would be nothing that the producers would be able to say to me to accept that kind of behavior. Nothing. You can threaten all you want, take me to court, sue me. But when a man sits there and tells me he's done, and he tells me that I am fundamentally, and I am the knee-jerk reaction, and this is just who I am, and I can't change, and he is scarred, go ahead on. You say Lion King, and you are not scarred of Lion King. Like, this is real life. This is not play. And you're not going to come back in and have me high and low and high and low. Like that will cause anybody to go off. Now I'm gonna look at the show when she goes off, but this kind of passive aggressive bull
Back
that
and
he's
forth.
doing.
Yes, yeah.
Now this is what you call passive aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Then you gonna sit up there now. I curse. Okay, I can have a real bad pouty mouth when I want to. But if I'm talking to a man that I love, I don't expect you to keep cursing at me like that.
Right, right.
There's no love in that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And relationships aren't perfect. He may slip up.
Yes,
But
yes.
the way that he cuss, it's no. I think he's very passive aggressive.
Yeah, I think so too. He's very passive aggressive. And maybe
Someone down here in the comments said this collaboration is everything. It's whack. Thank you. I love
thank
it, Janice. I think
thank
it's
you.
hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you. Auntie, let's move on to my girl and the Dusty. Auntie, why did Marla kiss her?
Because Merla had been wanting to.
I just can't bring myself to do that review. Everybody email with Janice. How come you don't talk about the kiss?
He had been wanting to.
I don't have to put
come on, Janice. We've been seeing the touching and the intimacy. You can put a weight on me.
Oh, that's
you what? Hold on.
It says, oh, that's the song. That's the song. That's the song. You know how they have the song at the bottom?
Yeah.
That's the words of a song.
She has already, you could tell that the way that she looks at him and the way that he looks at her. And that's what I told the women. They were like, some of the women were like, she complains too much. I'm not jealous of her. She just complains too much. And I was like, and he loved it. He wanted to kiss he want to kiss every complaint that comes out of that pouty mouth. You mad? He loves it. He loves her dirty drawers. He loves every complaint. He loves the banter back and forth between the two of them. He just want to suck the lipstick off of her lips. So whether or not she complains or not, honey, he absolutely adores her. And ain't nothing you can do about it. The only person that can do something is her. He respects her. And I think that he has seen, because he said that she's compassionate, so he knows what she does and for a living. And honey, he loves that pouty. Look at he's feeling her and she's feeling him. You can see the chemistry between the two of them. And that's why she was like, we're not going to get a divorce, because she knew that her defenses are coming down. They're coming down with him.
Yes.
That ain't all the way down, because a smart lady never does that until she gets the ring and the white dress and they pronounce you husband and wife and you sign a certificate, you take it down to the court building and all of that. Then you can bring it down. But even then, there's some things that you just can't say.
Absolutely. I will say I do appreciate her trying. I appreciate her trying. I think if you go on this show, you must try.
And she is.
And she really is trying.
You don't think that she's authentic? You think she kissed him? I don't. Let me tell you why, Janice. If you go back to the picture of when she kissed him in the kitchen.
I didn't get that picture yet, but I will.
It was off camera.
Yes.
And it was after they did the little exercise. After they breathed together. And I can never breathe again. Breathe again. Breathe again. And that was a very touchy.
Yes.
You felt that, Janice.
I felt it, honey. I was like, Michael, where you at?
And she went in the kitchen. She had the same outfit on. And it wasn't on camera. He had to tell the fellas. He said, I got a kiss. And he said, and I asked her, are you sure this is what you want to do? And she said, and kissed him again. They feeling each other. Now, it ain't going to probably work because, they are fundamentally different.
Right.
Not Zach and Michaela. They are fundamentally different. And now I will agree with that.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling it for all the women who says she a complainer. I love the fact that he loves that complainer. I
Mhm.
love the fact that he give her Google eyes and rub her feet with cheap lotion. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you are a boss and when you are a woman and you are old enough and mature enough and secure, look at that. This is value.
But look how messy the producers are.
Yeah, they messy.
Just messy. Auntie, I was asleep on it. I was asleep on it.
So you didn't like that she kissed him? You felt
No.
why? You felt like she got forced into it?
A part of me feel like she got forced, but then a part of me is, well, you need to try. This is a show, like you need to try. Like I think even with Ryan, I think Ryan should try it with Brett. He might like it, right? But I do appreciate her trying.
And I do believe as a man, as well as a woman, he should be able to make his petitions known to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um and if she likes him, she should try. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
So I don't think he did anything wrong. I think that, him being straight up, being honest, and letting her know. At first, I was like, you son of a. Now, I don't think he should do it as an ultimatum.
Right.
And I think that that's wrong.
Yes.
But I do believe he has a right to at least be honest with her. He was like,
Yes.
if you don't, he says just a kiss. But for her, a kiss isn't just a kiss. And
Exactly.
for me, a kiss isn't just a kiss.
Neither.
It's
Mm.
that's the pathway to everything else. And see, people
Mhm.
don't know that.
Come
That's why they go
on.
around and they
Pathway.
swab on knobs and they do all of that kind of stuff with their mouth, and they don't understand that the mouth is a gateway.
Amen.
It's power in that tongue, boo.
That's right.
Life and death is
Yeah.
up right and right there. But we take all of that stuff so lightly. Oh, it's just, no.
Right.
This is a pathway, boo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pathway.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so when women realize that there's so much power in what you do with your mouth
Mm-hmm.
and where your mouth go to visit and who it visits and why it
Thank you.
visits them.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Alyssa said Gil is gonna keep pushing for more. You think so?
I don't think he has to. I think that they've broken that barrier.
You think they did the deed already, Auntie?
No, I don't think they did do it. I don't think she's going to get that far with him at all. I don't think he's going to get none of that. And I don't think he's going to even require it because I believe that at the level where they are right now, I think that they're having those real serious conversations.
Mm-hmm. I think Merle is another one that's gathering the data.
Yes.
And she's doing it
job.
right. This is how we do it, ladies. When you hear me say gather the data, this is how you're supposed to do it.
And it doesn't, it is. And here's the thing, it doesn't make a difference whether or not you buy me a 2-piece chicken dinner from Popeyes or you take me to Ruth's Chris and buy me a $250 meal.
Right.
If I don't want to kiss you, I don't have to kiss you.
Right.
I think that Marla was open to it because this wasn't the first time she's heard him say it now. And she decided this is what I'm gonna do. Again, I didn't like the ultimatum.
Right.
Did I feel like she was forced into it? I do believe he put some pressure on her. But as a grown woman, it was up to her to make the decision.
Yes. Rachel says Gil has one goal. He thought that massage was leading to more because of all the past simpletons who fell for it. Ooh!
That is that is so true. But here's the thing. You got to step your game up.
Right.
That cocoa butter, that value size cocoa butter, lotion ain't gonna do it. Pay for me to get a foot massage. Pay for me
Yes.
to get one.
Uh-huh.
Just say, you know what, Auntie, I set this up for you. The car's going to come and pick you up in the morning, and this is what you're going to do during the day. Because when you got your own stuff, you're able to pay for that yourself.
Exactly.
He's just not used to dating a woman of her caliber, because even when she said, every other week, I want to go out to eat.
I was
You might be
floored.
going out every day.
I was floored. When I was even
That was
shocked that
low requirements.
she said twice a month. I was shocked.
Yeah, because that's very low requirement.
That's very low. Twice a month.
And look how high he looked.
Twice a month.
He can't get it. He probably doesn't want it. He couldn't get it.
What you thought about the games? Do you think this is like Merla the teacher when he wanted to do the games of the kissing on the body and stuff like
Because
that?
she got a reputation that she's trying to uphold while she's
Absolutely,
on
yes.
the show, and as she very well should.
And that's one of the reasons why I love her. She's thinking about her reputation, not Mr. Astronaut over there yelling and kicking people out the house and all of that stuff. So I really I appreciate Merla trying. I think this is a part of the show. So maybe I'll think about I'll sleep on it tonight and see how I feel about it.
Yeah, sleep on it
in the morning. Where is Messiah? We're gonna have Messiah to come up really quick. Messiah just got her channel approved. Yeah, to Messiah. And Kimberly's trying to get her channel approved.
They backstage?
Let me see.
You said they were going to come up. Are they backstage?
No, I think I'm just going to drop the link.
Okay.
Yes. So I really Auntie, do you think that if Ryan and Brett try that there may be some hope?
He can't teach her femininity.
Mm-hmm.
He can't teach her that. No.
Yeah.
I think they're incompatible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you see the previews? What's coming up? Because Zach and Michaela is looking real good.
No, I haven't seen him. You got him?
No, she said she was in love with Zach, and Zach said he could grow to love her, and Michaela said she was in love. She already loved him.
I think she does. I think she does have that feeling of love because they have consummated. Sex complicates things.
Yeah.
And it takes things to a different level, whatever, and then when you putting stuff in your mouth, things go to another level too, and you can have a feeling of love. Mm-hmm. I do believe that love is a choice, and I think that a lot of us choose to love people we should not love or who are not worthy of our love. Mm-hmm. But I think she feels like she loves him based on the sex, point blank. Yeah, I believe that. I absolutely agree with that.
Cindy said based on the D.
Because even with Jose and Rachel, when Rachel said, I don't love him anymore, you didn't love him, period.
Thank you.
It wasn't enough time to develop and grow into love. What did you think about that comment?
I said the same thing. She didn't love him. You don't have enough time to love.
Not enough time.
There's not enough time.
Wasn't enough time.
Right.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with you.
Because when you love somebody, you don't fall out of love with them because of a mistake.
Right.
You still love them and you just hurt.
Rachel says Michaela is in lust.
I think she thinks that she loves him.
Mm-hmm.
I think she truly believes it, but I believe that the sex that she's had with him has complicated, has caused her to believe that. And I believe that a lot of women and men believe, once you cross that line, you now have a soulmate.
Yes. Do you think Rachel is enjoying the sex, Auntie?
Absolutely, and I don't think that they're doing the nasty because neither one of them could quantify the sex. They couldn't talk about what it was they liked about it, and they were very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they, and I think that is the issue. I think that that Jose is sexually frustrated, and he believes. I believe that he believes that she's not giving it to him. She's got to be giving it to somebody because he made a statement and told the guys, number one, he thinks she's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, he was like, I don't know where she went. And it's because you're not getting it. You think that she's giving it to someone else because she is an admitted cheater.
Mm-hmm.
And so because you're not getting it, she got to be doing it with somebody.
Maybe Johnny.
Maybe Johnny. They could not, when Dr. Viviana were there, they were extremely uncomfortable talking about sex. It led me to believe that they not getting it like they lied to everybody that they were. Even the men said, well, how do we go from we so in love, kissy, 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 to now you locking a deadbolt?
Right, right.
How does she go from we kissy, 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 and right 2 weeks ago, this is why we're having problems in our relationship.
Right.
And then with the girls, now she's at I don't love him. He ain't getting nothing. Rachel ain't giving it. She ain't putting it down. She's not putting it down.
Tutu said, nope, Jose and Rachel are not having sex. Do you even believe that they did it at all?
No. I think they did it to back the producers off.
Right. Right.
I think they lied.
Because remember with Ryan and Clara, now we're finding out that they were getting busy the whole time. Okay. So somebody's lying. Okay, Messiah's in the comments. Let's bring Messiah up. Hello.
Oh no, she didn't put
Hey, Auntie. I didn't know Janice was gonna call me up.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready, girl. You just got your channel approved and you're reviewing Married at First Sight.
Yes, thank you so much, Janice, for all your support. Thank you, Auntie, for your shout outs and for always being on the comments on my lives. I truly appreciate it.
I love your show.
Good. Real quick, Messiah. Tell us about what you think about Mr. Tambourine, aka Gisela and Rachel.
Mr. Tambourine. Yeah, it was a bit much. I get what you were saying when you said that it was producer led on as far as the whole kicking her out and that whole scenario. Jose, I heard somewhere that Jose is telling people that, like in a comment on Instagram or something, he said it's just TV, talking about the incident, trying to act like he just did that for the cameras.
Well, we know he's a liar because he lied to the guy.
Right. Because they gonna be in NASA in that break room looking at him crazy. Like, first of all, they gonna be looking at him like, okay, you making this kind of money. Why are you on that show? What are you doing on there? Now he's throwing tantrums and locking deadbolts. I didn't like him at all. The meeting with the guys at the golf course and trying to like push this case against Rachel. Like Rachel's cheating and Rachel called me another man's name, and Ryan's like, she called him Johnny. We were all there. And like, even Gil, I knew Gil been jumping in everybody's business. Like that's That's why I think he's a producer plant. Because every single situation, Gil got something to say. He got something to ask. I'm like, are they telling him to ask this? Why is he always in people's business? But yeah, that whole Jose. Once I found out Rachel called him Johnny, I was over it.
Me too.
I was over it. I was like, she known you and Johnny the same amount of time.
Right.
So what is the issue? Unless him and Johnny got something going. Let me stop. Let me stop.
You don't even believe that, do you? You couldn't believe that.
No, I don't think nothing happened. I see Jose's eyes following that man everywhere he steps. So I don't think nothing happened, but I do see Jose, he don't even be looking at Rachel that hard. And I'd be like, okay, I don't know.
That makes me cringe.
It does make me cringe, but you know, the Jose and Johnny, they hug real tight. You know, I'm okay with bromance.
But did you see him, either one of them, hug Bao or Rachel like that?
No.
But they all open armed and neck and neck, and I'm like, child, this is too much.
They hug in the bathroom, yeah. Cindy said Jose was jealous. It was just too much for me. Okay, she accidentally called your name and you got, you know, it was just too much. I was like, I thought they was getting busy and then she called out the wrong name. But no, y'all was together and she
I agree. I thought because she was living with some man before she came on the show. So
6
when
months,
I heard her say, or heard Jose say, she called me another man's name, I'm like, uh-oh, it's the ex, because she just got out of that relationship and then popped on the show. But to find out it's Johnny, I'm like, yeah, no, that's not. I agree with Auntie. They could not have. I said it on my show that I don't think anything happened. It was like sexually between Jose and Rachel, because it didn't make sense, because they left the honeymoon talking about, he told Rachel she needs to check all his boxes. Then the next episode, magically, we did it. It was amazing. It was wonderful. I'm like, how did she check all the boxes that fast? It didn't make sense. Even this episode, when we're so happy. We're so happy. I'm like, Rachel, calm it down. Like, okay, if you're gonna lie, at least try to, like, you just putting on the whole soap opera appeal. Just bring it down, Rachel. I feel like Jose is definitely coaching her and what to say, what not to say. Every time they meet with one of those experts, she always has to look at him for some type of approval if she should speak or not.
The hand holding, all of that kind of stuff. It seemed like it's just forced. All of it's forced.
I agree.
And the whole "I love you," she forced him to say "I love you." I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Does anyone else catch that Jose say "I love you" too much?
I think it's weird that they were so all over each other on the honeymoon. He's grabbing her neck and all this weird stuff. And now they barely even touching each other. It's like,
that's all about control, though.
Was that infatuation?
No, it's about controlling the narrative. He's in control.
Yeah, I think it was for show.
Control the narrative.
Too soon. It was too much too soon. Too soon. All right, all right. Auntie, anything else you want to say before we call it a night?
Nope, that's it for me. Thank you so much for the collab. I so enjoy this and I look
Thank you.
forward to
I
it.
love listening to you. You are what we need, Auntie. I'm trying to tell you.
So are you. And you come out and give it to them on a daily basis. I don't have the time to do a daily basis.
Yeah, but you do so many other shows.
Yeah, I do. I've got to do one tonight. I'm gonna go downstairs, have dinner, and I never eat this late. I intermittent
Oh
fasting
no.
from 12 to 6. So I'm like behind my schedule, but you're so worth it.
Thank you.
So
Thank
tonight I'm
you.
gonna eat, and then I'm just gonna, stay up until like
Woo.
half of this is digested. But I absolutely enjoy this. I think that this is great. And I
Yes.
think that you have a lot of wisdom that you give the girl. What do you think about that, Miss Allen?
Yes, I think the both of you, I've watched you both separately and I've loved both of your guys' content, but together I was like, yes, this is like this is what we need. I love it.
Thank you.
Doesn't
Thank
Miss
you.
Janice give out a lot of nuggets and wisdom?
She does definitely in her books too. Y'all got to read her books. Janice
Thank
Hylton
you.
on Amazon. I have about every single book she done wrote. I've read them and I'm like, wow, like she just, you know, I'm almost 30.
Okay.
But I wish I would have had Auntie's advice or Janice Hylton in my early 20s and skipped out on all these dusties. But yeah, I definitely love your channel, Auntie Janice Hylton. I love
Thank
your
you.
channel. Make sure you check out Janice's books because
Thank you. Thank you.
she be, as much as she preaches on her channel, she be preaching in them books.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie. I appreciate the love and the support. We're going to let you go. I don't know how you're going to do it, Auntie. You're going to eat and do it. Are you going to watch the show? You watched it already, or you just going to
No,
record
I
it?
always watch. I never watched the night of until probably about 12 midnight. Yeah, I watch it probably about 11:30, 12. And right, and I take it in, and then I watch it the next day with new eyes,
Uh-huh.
and then I do my review on Thursdays. So
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
never do my review on the night of. Most of the time I sit. Sometimes that I watch you when you're live,
Uh-huh.
because I enjoy that. Um,
Thank
but
you.
I don't like the commercials. I hate commercials.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And so I really like to take the information in because I believe that with a show like this, that we want to give more wisdom than we do critiques.
Yes. Yes.
And so it's important for me to understand, at least from my perspective, what I believe I'm seeing
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so that I can give that information back out.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
unless you understand what it is that you're seeing, you give yourself a chance to digest it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh-uh. You just come out and you're just talking,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And we got so many lives at stake. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know about you, but I get so many emails and DMs from women saying, "Oh my God, you helped me," and I got
Yeah.
out this situation, or I'm in this situation,
Right.
and this
Right.
has helped me. So the content that we're giving is way more important than the critiques.
Yes. True. It's
And
true.
so we want to be able to get a critiques and then give somebody the tools that they can use in their everyday life. You need to be able to apply
Yes.
what it is you hear. And I do that for every one of my shows.
Mm-hmm.
I try, at least I try. It may
Uh-huh.
come through a curse word, a string of curse, but
Mhm.
for all of my shows, I try to make sure that I give at least one nugget of wisdom in my reviews. And so yeah, I don't watch it until midnight, and then I watch it again in the morning, and
Mhm.
then I talk to myself or with myself
Uh-huh.
about it during the day, and then I'm out at night.
Mhm. That's excellent. I love it. I love it.
You gotta eat that stuff.
Yes, 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 yes.
And if you haven't gone through it, somebody has.
That's right. That is
especially
true.
at our age. Especially at my age. So you got to give them the wisdom. And I have a lot of people who are just naturally friends or friends of friends and nieces of friends and grandnieces of friends who listen to me, and they want that real advice.
That's it. That's it.
They want that real advice, and we gotta give it to them. But I think that's why I like Misha, right? Her name is Misha.
Yes,
I like her too because I like how she kind of like she'll say something.
She's real sweet,
and she'll sit back. She'd be like,
no, you didn't.
and I'm like, you thinking about what you just said, ain't you?
Yes, I think a lot. People have gotten on me talking about I talk too slow, and I'm trying to be careful with my words and make sure that what I'm saying is actually what I meant. But
yeah. And so if that's how you feel about it, then you may want to change your schedule so that you give yourself enough time to marinate on it, right? And really consume the information, and then you won't have to think about how to say what it is that you have to say. It's in you and it's coming out of you, and it's life to somebody. You got to always remember that your words are either life or death to somebody.
Right.
So instead of thinking about it, because you'll be like, and then you don't come back out because you take that time and you're thinking about something. You may have said it incorrectly, or you may have had second thoughts, but you don't come back out. So when you're thinking like that, take the liberty to come back out and say, you know what, I really want to go back on X, Y, and Z. And I want to reiterate this, or I want to discuss it, or this is another perspective. I mean, I ain't out here to be giving you advice, but that's just
no, I appreciate that.
Oh, we want all the advice from Auntie.
Yes, that's why you call Auntie's advice. We want to hear.
That's why I named it. Yeah, that is why I named my channel the way that I did, because people need advice.
Yeah.
And you do it in a comedic type of way, or through a review like Married at First Sight, Ready to Love, Huntsville. That's why I ain't doing Huntsville, because I would completely cuss through the whole thing.
That's why I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't touch it. I can't touch it. These are grown people, and they are giving out examples of what marriage is about. Like, I can't do it.
I can't.
That's for the young folk. Let them go out there and figure that out. I cannot do that show.
Yeah, me either. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I just stick to these two and put a ring on it.
Well, I got a bunch of them, and I got a bunch coming. But those other shows like that, I can't do. I'm excited about doing Ready to Love. Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice, because I'll be 44 in October. October 11th is my birthday. And I'm trying to be nice. You're getting older.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice too. I'm trying to let people know I got a little bit of Jesus. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to be nice.
I try to be nice too. And it's so great that when you're in your 40s that you can tell your age.
Yes.
Because when you get to be my age, you don't tell it. I love when y'all be like, yeah, I'm like 38, I'm 38, I'm 40. No. After you cross over that 50 threshold, and then you get to that peak right up in the middle, and then you coming down on it, you don't tell anymore. I just let people guess how old I am. I just tell them I'm closer to 60 than I am to 50. And I just leave it like that.
And you look fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I love you. I love you both, ladies. I really love you, Auntie. I appreciate the love and the support. Thank you for coming. We're gonna let you go so you could ooh, I just can't imagine staying up till midnight. But you know what? Everybody has their thing. I was telling my husband what you said about me being I said, Mike, I think I'm an introvert. What Auntie said made sense. I think I'm an introvert.
And what did he say?
Hi, he said, you? I said, yeah. He said, but you're the social butterfly. I said, but that's not what it meant. See, I thought that's what it meant. And what you said about how you get your energy, that is so me, because.
And that's why you're able to write books.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Because you're able to go in.
Yes. Because they don't understand.
And look in. And you look in.
Uh-huh. Because I don't have to hang out.
I love it now when I do.
Right.
But I couldn't do it very often.
Yeah. These weekend girl trips, I can't waste my time. Wasting time. All right, Auntie, we love it. We're gonna let you go so we could watch your review tomorrow. We appreciate you. Mwah. Thank you, Desire. Love you. Congrats, Miss, on your new channel being approved. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Congratulations.
The best is yet to come, sweetie. Just stay consistent, okay? Don't let nobody
Thank you so much.
Don't let anybody change you, and don't beef. Don't get into no beefs, okay?
Amen.
Stay above the fray. And if you need somebody to talk to, you got 2 seasoned women, okay? We've been flipped over seasoned. We've been in the refrigerator for a while marinating. Okay? So you got 2 women that you could come to and talk to anytime you need some assistance, okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Okay. Right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye,
we love you. We appreciate you. Be sure to go over to Auntie's Advice and check her link out. This is her channel link here. Subscribe to her membership. We love you, Auntie. Thank you, my darling. I'll be watching tomorrow.
Let me see if I can bleep myself out. Let me put my glasses on. Hold on. How would I bleep myself?
You want to
go right there. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys. Thank you guys for your love and your support. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you. I'm going to try to sleep on the Gill and the thing. Maybe I'll come out with a nice review. I love you. Bye.